Coming to you from Johannesburg, welcome to Crime Watch. I'm Yusuf Abramji. Mothers behind bars. There are 9 correctional facilities for women offenders in South Africa. Our prisons are bursting at their seams. Of the almost 164,000 inmates, just over 4,200 are women. Some even have babies with them behind bars. We visited the Bizzah Makhate female prison in Kroonstad in the Free State. That's our focus. But first, as always, our weekly real crime videos. Watch how these brazen criminals disarm a security guard of his rifle.
In Dobsonville, CCTV footage shows 2 men approaching a parked security vehicle. One of them threatens the guard with a gun. A third man now jumps out of the white vehicle parked close by. He opens the passenger door and disarms the guard of a rifle. The men flee off in the white car.
There has been a worrying trend of motor vehicle number plates being stolen. Watch this video.
It takes 10 seconds to steal your license plates, as is seen in this video. How those license plates will be used fraudulently is anyone's guess.
Opportunistic criminals are always on the prowl, with the aim of catching innocent victims off guard. See how this woman is robbed of her belongings.
Watch as this woman walks down a seemingly quiet street. As a silver car comes to a sudden halt next to her, a man jumps out and attacks the woman. A scuffle ensues. She fights back, resisting the robber, but unsuccessfully so, as they proceed away with one of her bags.
Yes, street robberies are rife. More and more cases are being reported. Crime Watch visited a female prison in Kroonstad in the Free State this week. This is one of several facilities for women in South Africa. We spoke to the Regional Commissioner for the Free State and the Northern Cape, Subashini Moodley. Typically, what crimes? Everything from violent crimes to fraud to petty theft, I would imagine?
Indeed, there's a lot of petty theft, but there are some ranging from drugs, trafficking to theft, to murder, to robbery, to fraud. A high number of our inmates are in for fraud. So you have a range of activities, but as you can see, not to the extent that males commit these crimes. As we enter into the female section of the Bizzah Makhate management area, you will see, in terms of the Department of Correctional Services white paper, which was developed in 2005, you have what we term the offender rehabilitation path. Prior to 1994, offenders just came in and they sat and they, as you would hear some of the offenders tell you, sit and do nothing for most of the day. The offender rehabilitation path is taking corrections to a different level. It's mapping out the process of the journey of the offender from the time the offender is admitted into our facility up until and preparing for reintegration into the community. From there, they will attend a number of those courses. They will also be allowed to see psychologists, social workers. They'll attend spiritual care programs. We're saying according to the white paper and the offender rehabilitation plan. So the offender rehabilitation part takes them through that entire process.
Tell us about your baby and mother program, which is run specifically here at the female section. How does it work and how are the mothers and the babies coping?
As a department, we have taken the stance that in terms of our mother and baby policy, when a female comes into the facility, she's allowed, seeking permission, to bring in her child, but we allow them to keep the babies up to 2 years of age.
What happens after that?
During the time whilst they are in the center with the child, The social workers and psychologists in Department of Social Work work very closely together with the inmate as well as with the family and with foster care. So we have a foster care process and a policy where if the first step is to try to get the families to take the child so that the reintegration will be a lot more easier, because you don't want to traumatize a child to go to complete foreign people. So we try to get the families interested and involved to take the children over to foster care so that by the time the mom comes out, of course, there'll be contact and engagement. Where there are no family members, we then go the route of foster care together with the Department of Social Development. So it's a very intense process. A lot of preparation goes in because we can't just irresponsibly release the child into another care.
And you also have a few foreign inmates here.
We do. We have a number of foreign nationals who are here primarily for drug trafficking. We've got some from Brazil, from Bolivia, from some of the African countries. So for them also, it's a very big adjustment because they're far from home. They've been lured into this. Some of them willingly got involved in this. So it's also an adjustment. But we try as far as possible within the correctional environment to create an environment where it's humane care and treatment. I always say the correctional official is more than just a correctional official. That person has to be a mother, has to be a father, has to be a preacher, has to be a teacher, because at any time of the day, the correctional official has to serve that purpose to somebody who doesn't have any one of those people available. So within the correctional environment, we try to do our best to try to help to enhance the lives of others.
After the break, we speak to some inmates. We hear about the crimes they committed and what life is like for them behind bars. Don't go away.